Hey everybody, for today's SAT math question, we are on a no calculator test. Which of the following complex numbers is equivalent to 3 minus 5i over 8 plus 2i, noting that I is equal to the square root of negative 1? Go ahead and pause the video and come up with your response, and then press play. So options A and B both look a little bit tempting because you think maybe I can just split this fraction into 3 over 8 and then minus 5i over 2i. But you can't really do that. If you wanted to split this, it would be 3 over 8 plus 2i minus 5 over 8 plus 2i. So A and B are not really necessarily great options. The way that we can actually simplify this is to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. So we have 3 minus 5i over 8 plus 2i, and we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate of the denominator. The conjugate of this denominator is 8 minus 2i. So we're going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugate of the denominator and see if it simplifies to match one of these, and it should. Okay, so we will distribute 3 times 8, and that's 24. And then 3 times negative 2i, so negative 6i. Negative 5i times 8, that's negative 40i. And then negative 5i times negative 2i, that's positive 10i squared. Okay, then in the denominator, we've got 8 times 8, that's 64. 8 times negative 2i, that's negative 16i. 2i times 8, that's positive 16i. And 2i times negative 2i, and that is negative 4i squared. Okay, so now we're going to do some simplifying. So we've got 24, there's no like terms there, so 24 minus 6i minus 40i, that's minus 46i. And then we have plus 10i squared. Now if I is the square root of negative 1, then I squared must be negative 1, because when we square this, the square root and the squared cancel, so I squared is negative 1. So this is really plus 10 times negative 1, or minus 10. Then in the denominator, we have 64 minus 16i plus 16i. These cancel. And then minus 4i squared, so that's minus 4 times negative 1, or plus 4. Okay, so a little more simplifying. We have 24 minus 10, that's 14. Then we have minus 46i. Okay, then in the denominator, we have 64 plus 4, that's 68. 2 happens to go into all three of these terms, so I'm going to divide all three terms by 2, and I get 7 minus 23i all over 34. Now this can be split to 7 over 34 minus 23i over 34, and that matches option C. So for number 11, we are choosing option C.